Ho, 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 ho. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Christmas Case. Well, I'm the only YouTuber you know who could really use a snack right now because I'm actually kind of hungry. I don't think I ate dinner. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, today we are watching Fatman. Now, this is a Christmas movie. You might not have heard of it. I think it's more of a, I don't know if it's indie film's the right term for it, but definitely did not have a, huge, massive release. But it's one I really want to talk about because I remember seeing a trailer for it, and I did not get around to seeing it until recently, and I actually thought it was pretty enjoyable. So let me say, I kind of break down what happens. So there's this rich kid, okay? Absolute spoiled brat. And I mean like the worst kind of spoiled brat. Like this rich kid is literally hiring hitmen, okay? It's insane. So what happens is this kid being as bad as he is, Santa obviously gives him coal. Well, this kid does not take too kindly to that, so he hires his hitman friend, who also, by the way, is Walton Goggins. I know a lot of people love him recently for White Lotus reasons, I guess. But, so he is the hitman who is hunting down Santa Claus in this film. It's so weird. And did I mention, Santa Claus is Mel Gibson, okay? I am not making this up. It is literally Walton Goggins versus Mel Gibson, and Mel Gibson is Santa Claus. This movie is just so crazy and bizarre in like the funnest ways possible. And then on the Santa side of things, it's just so interesting because they're telling like a really, not really gritty Santa story, but a very realistic Santa story. So we get to see, Santa Claus, and he's having tough times because, the kids are being naughty and he's having a hard time supplying everything he needs to, do his job. And so he's trying to like outsource some of his labor. And it's really, really weird, really, because he doesn't want to do it. But it's like, if he wants Christmas to happen, everyone wants Christmas to happen. He wants it to happen. He's got to do it, okay? And it's sort of insane. But it's so weird because it's such a unique take on Santa Claus. And not to mention Santa Claus 2 is a like rough and tough, like he practically lives on like a snow ranch. And we're first introduced to him where he's got, his gun out and he's shooting cans on like the fence, like practicing target practice. And so he's like low-key like mountain man redneck a little bit. And it's very, very fascinating. That's what makes him such a interesting opponent to the hitman Walton Goggins and stuff. And I don't know, it's a really unique, interesting, grounded, gritty take on Santa Claus that I think is really, really fascinating. We have another film that we're going to talk about next week that's a personal favorite of mine, Violent Night, that is very similar but very different. They take a lot more lighthearted, whimsical take on Santa Claus in that film. This film is like, this Santa Claus is literally, that crazy guy who lives outside of town in the mountains, okay? That's who Santa Claus is. And it's so interesting. And it's just a very unique way to look at the character and the film. Plus, you get some good action in there and some really, fun, unique, interesting stories and storytelling. So it's unlike any Christmas movie I've seen, and that's why it's got to be on here. And again, it's kind of bizarre, but also kind of really fascinating at the same time. So if you have not seen it, I would recommend watching it. I saw it on Tubi. I don't know if it's still on there or not, but that means you can watch it for free. So highly recommend if you have not watched it, go check this one out. It is certainly a fun time. But that's all I got to say about Fatman, ladies and gentlemen. I, of course, am Christmas K. Swope. Don't forget, Jesus is the reason for the season, and he loves you, and I will see you in the next one.